Blank Boy says, CP0 rings will help the Warriors to the Western Conference Finals and then go Danny Phantom mode once there.
That's insane. Y'all already had CP0. Now you had CP0 rings. All right, you make him sound like a damn Star Wars character. I mean, what does help? What is his role there? The negative impact that you're saying Chris Paul would have shouldn't be significant to be the reason they go home. I'm not gonna lie. Even if he were to go Danny Phantom, he's coming off the bench. Or like he should be coming off the bench at that point in time, for me personally.
I don't know. I kind of agree with it, man. Because I feel like Chris Paul, he's one of those dudes that's like, yeah, he's going to be an integral part to a deep playoff run. You might even overachieve. But once it gets to that final stage, you don't be showing up like that, you know? That's what it is.
Damn, I don't know about that one, gang. I don't know. I give you injuries. I give you unfortunate situations. Even looking at some of them rosters that he was when he was on. I mean, some of them were great, and he should have made it. And then sometimes, David West. like David West, man. I don't know. I do see what you mean though, because even in some of the series I'm thinking of, those are earlier on. You're talking about all of his deep playoff runs. I could kind of see where you're coming from there, I suppose, but I just don't think his role will be that significant in Golden State already. I think that's my premise.
Rusty Bucket says the 76ers will be better without James Harden. Tyrese Maxey is him.
First of all, shout out, friend of the show, Rusty Buckets.
Type shit.
Second of all, more importantly, I actually agree. And that's not even being nice because Rusty's my dog. I genuinely, when I sat back, thought of the trade, was supposed to drop a short for you, so here it is. I'm not gonna lie, I think the Sixers got better. I do. I genuinely think the Sixers doubled down on becoming a good defensive team. They got players that fit the role, and they're unleashing Tyrese Maxey on the world. I think they got better. Now, do I think they're gonna go far as Bobby was responding? I also agree with Rusty there. No. I don't. But I think, as I've said time and time again, I'm not for tanking, but every now and then it's time to hit the button. And then the Sixers need to hit the button. Final thing, my hot take of the day, trade Embiid too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Embiid too.
I agree, but I feel like this is one of those things where, like, we're only saying this because James Harden doesn't want to play for them. It's because of the fact that, okay, James Harden doesn't want to play for them. If they can get a big haul in return, yeah, it's going to be a net positive because right now James Harden is not playing for them. Tyrese is being Tyrese. So whatever you get in return is going to help your team. But I still feel like it's one of those things where, like, in a vacuum, they got better. But what led up to this point? It was when the Rockets traded James Harden. Yes, the package they got for return was a great haul, but it's kind of like the reason why you got here is the negative about this whole thing. In a vacuum though, I think I agree with Rusty.
Yeah, I hear. You know what? I'm on my anime YouTuber arc, so I'm going to be using this terminology a lot more when it comes to cartoon characters. Say that to say it's the first real life human that I may have to throw in mental nerfs and mental fatigue potentially. Because this dude, I agree with kind of what you said to a degree. If he don't want to play for you, he just won't do it. He does stand on business. I will give him that. But it also is like he'll like half-ass it on the court, other things of that nature. But if he does want to play for you, he genuinely believes in the locker room. The dude built different. I don't know. So I can't even necessarily say I disagree with you entirely. What I can say is schematically, though, I do think the pieces they got were a better fit. I wish I had them on the screen right now. You don't necessarily need James Harden. It's just unfortunate because I thought this dude had potential. I will say that. I'm not going to go post move it. My video is still public. I was wrong. I believed in the James Harden Joel Embiid duo. I thought they were going to silence the haters. You got me.
241 says no one will score 60 or more points this season. I think he did this last season.
Yeah, I'm laughing at the reply. Yeah. 241, you gotta stop, man. It's this definition of like Stephen A's Cowboys won't win the Super Bowl, but like they won the last 5. Like it's going to happen. Didn't someone drop 50 already?
Yeah, Zach LaVine. And if Zach LaVine's the first one, hey, Luka already heating up. Luka already heating up.
I don't. Hey, 241. I'm not even going to like disrespect 241. I just don't see why you keep saying this. It's just there's no consistency in it. Offensive players only getting better. Teams are getting like the better teams are getting better offensively. I don't see this argument at all.
Don Quixote says Orlando top 5 seed. They've invested heavily into their defense this year and they're very deep. Paolo been in a slump recently, but I see him taking a leap as well. I could also see them in the mix for the Zach LaVine trade if they look really good going into the deadline. I personally agree. I think I had Orlando as a 7 seed going into this year, but I ain't gonna lie. After the Magic beat the Lakers, I just didn't fuck with the disrespect motherfuckers were giving the Magic. God, we can't even beat the Magic. No, this Magic team is not the Magic team that y'all saw the last 2 years. This Magic team, I really like the way they're built. That ass. And if Paolo can heat up and really get it going, because I don't even think Paolo's been, as the tweet says, he hasn't had the greatest start to his season. Once they got things going, I think they're going to be a very dangerous team in the East.
We beat the shit out the Magic. Like, nah, we beat the Magic, sir. Casual. We beat them by 3. But
they were saying they barely beat the Magic.
We barely
my bad.
the Magic. No. But I ain't gonna show you. It's like I am. Nick, comment below. He's a casual. We got him, boys. But all shit aside, I don't agree with top 5 seed. I do think there'll be a hell of a team, maybe 6 playing. I know that's only 1 or 2 seeds, but yeah. The second tweet, I'm not gonna expect leap, because leap is like you know how some of y'all drag it. I'm not gonna expect a leap, but I do expect development, of course. That third one is actually very interesting. I can actually, if there's one of these 3 takes I may 100% agree with, I do actually see a world where they make a trade, maybe not for him specifically, because they are all in defensively, but for a guy like Zach LaVine. I kind of see that. I ain't gonna lie. So it's interesting. The Magic are definitely one of the teams that I'm keeping my eye on. One of the best things I've done having to watch a lot of NBA basketball, just so I don't come up here, and I know y'all think I don't, but watch basketball games and not seem like casual. It's taking the time on my day to turn on that Magic game a couple of times, and at first be like, fuck, I gotta watch the Magic. And then Paolo's in the court. I like that guy. I like that guy a lot.
Not a hot take, just a fact. This is Luka's first MVP year.
I hope so.
Yo, man, I ain't gonna lie. Listen. This is one of those things, and this is why I say every single season, you need a couple of hot takes that don't make sense logically, but you just gotta say it, because once it happens, you're gonna have the greatest I told you so. This is one of those takes, because on paper, it does not make sense, right? The Mavs are not a good team. You know what I'm saying? There are other players in the league that can put up Luka-like numbers and come with the winning. But listen, man, MVP seasons for the most part, they're the outlier seasons for a lot of these players. We know Luka been building up to this. People have kind of cooled down because he hasn't gotten there over the last 2 years. But listen, man, this might be Luka's 2009 LeBron season. The season where he overachieves like crazy. We know for a fact in the playoffs, hey, you don't want to run into them because Luka's fucking Luka, but the help ain't there. But in the regular season, that man right there is good enough to get them to 55, 60 fucking games. And if that happens, and Luka's putting up 33, 11, and 10, and they're winning 60 games, yeah, that's my MVP right there. No cap.
If Luka wins 60 games with this roster, reason 78 why he's the greatest of all time. Let me just say this. I don't think he'll win that many games. Granted, they ain't lost yet, but I don't think they'll win that many games. However, I'm going to use the media as a reason why Luka can genuinely win this MVP. I don't think it's as unrealistic as you even make it out to be, despite the expectation that you have for winning it. A lot of people, aren't the fan of them Jokic MVPs, and the Joel Embiid MVP was a factor of that. But I think the next step is going to be Curry should have got his too, bruh. And I think Luka is going to mirror that season crazy. The Mavericks are not a good team. I do like Lively. I like Lively a lot. I keep calling him David. Is it Derek?
Derek Lively, I believe.
It's Derek. Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying Isaiah and yes, I say Isaiah. I don't know why I say Isaiah and David, but it's Derek Lively. I love Derek Lively as a center for them. That's probably another pick that the Lakers missed. I do want to see more Jaden Hardy. Weird. But I definitely am a fan of Luka Doncic winning MVP. He obviously has the talent. He's the greatest of all time. It's just a matter of getting enough dubs to hang around and be but Luka going crazy. Now, I'll close with this. It's unfortunate that, Giannis is on arguably the deepest team in the league. And if not, then Jokic is arguably on the deepest team in the league. And then if not, you got Booker and KD on the same fucking team. So it's unfortunate, but you hit it on the money. You'll look like a genius if this is right, and I am with you.
That is interesting how you said, the media take mirroring, honestly, Embiid's. I ain't gonna lie, I see that happening, those conversations happening, but that's gonna be, the MVP is ruined for me. If we're deadass is giving MVPs because this guy is too good to not have an MVP in his career, that's gonna be ass. And that's why I said, listen, man, you might disagree with the precedence, but precedence provides consistency at the very fucking least. If we're just giving away the MVP to anyone and everyone, then at that point, in my opinion, that's when the MVP actually loses its meaning. The meaning being very disagreeable, but at the very least, like, okay, this is consistent throughout history. But yeah.
I look at MVP level seasons. I don't look at the award. Tip for the day.
This is just a bad take. The Grizzlies will be a top 5 seed. Nah.
Awful take. Yeah, I don't think he thought that through. They don't have their best player for 25 games. They don't have their best bigs for the entire season. And God bless Desmond Bain. God bless Desmond Bain, man. Shout out Triple J. Not saying you're the worst big there. You're obviously the best big, but they don't have the other two. Come on, Chad.
Nuke says Tatum can't be a championship level #1 option. Why?
We'll find out.
We'll find out, man.
How about I say? Hold on. Hey, we will find out. Because I'm just saying so. Luka's unproven to some of you nitwits. He's the GOAT, but fine. Giannis is on that team. Niggas picking Boston. Jokic is on that team. Niggas picking Boston. I gotta see what Tatum do. I gotta see it. I'm excited for him. But I'm just saying, if the term is #1 option, and yes, you might check Coinky Dinky. I picked 2 of the top 3 players in the world, if not just 2 of the top 2. Hell, here's Stephen Curry for you. Niggas will pick that team. But those are #1 options that have done it on non-super duper ultra lore teams. See what Tatum do.
Let's see. Let's find out, man. Trae Young is the new cat. Basically good stats, if that, but none of the actual production for the team's success and being completely stagnant.
Oh, no. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy.
Not too much on Trae, bro.
Yeah, okay, thank God. I was scared. I thought I would have to do it in a bit way and get serious. No, bro. Way too much on Trae. Can you just call Atlanta a poverty franchise, bro? Like, what are we doing? What are we legitimately doing? I don't understand the Trae Young hate. Shout out my guy, Omar. I understand. Frustrated Hawks fan. Your franchise sucks. Your player does not. Trae Young is not remotely bad at basketball at all. He's not even the new cat because Trae Young gets better to me personally. I don't know what y'all are watching. Trae Young gets better. And then most importantly, y'all talk about the defense. He's a stool, blah, blah, blah. Fine. You don't need 5 all-NBA players out there. I want to see Trae Young around a goddamn defense. I want to see Trae Young on a top 12, not even 10, top 12, 13 defense. Let's see what happens. I want to see that shit. I'll fact check it to make sure it hasn't happened, but I want to see it.
It would be one thing to me if Trae didn't have any playoff success up until this point, but he has. Like, when we were having those conversations with Cat literally could not make the playoffs, and once he got into the playoffs, shit the bed, and Clint Capella was outplaying him like crazy in his first playoff series. And I still don't think he's had a great playoff series ever since. Trae has had playoff moments. So to say that his production doesn't translate to team success, it already had. So that's why I personally will give him the benefit of the doubt. And just when you look at the roster construction of that team, what is Trae supposed to do? What is Trae supposed to do with that team, dog? But me personally, I still have them making the playoffs this year. And if they do, then that kind of, disproves your whole take. But
I swear to the highest, bro. I said 12 just so I didn't say top 10 because I wanted to be realistic for the Hawks. Why I looked the shit up, chat? He has had a top 12 defense in 2020 and 21. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, dog! You're like, but just give him a good...
Why does he keep doing that? Hello?
Hello? What the? Hey! I got powers, man. Happy Halloween. But no, this is crazy, bro. He legitimately was in the ECF, and even then he didn't play all 7 games. Ooh, this Trae Young discourse gonna make me mad. I ain't saying he's Timothy. He's not my favorite player, but damn, bro, y'all are doing too much. He's a bad franchise. Stop this shit with Trae. Stop this shit with Luka. Stop putting players in bad franchises with bad teams that don't even construct rosters for the players they have and then calling them bad. If this was a good defensive team and Trae Young was that bad, okay. If Luka was around a team that actually made sense for him and he was losing, okay. But y'all gotta stop this, bro. Y'all did the same shit with LeBron. Y'all gotta stop.
Spurs can make the play-in, and Devin Vassell might be him in training. Yo,
Easy retweet.
I'm warming up to it, man.
Easy retweet. Devin Vassell being him in training. Don't throw around. Hey, as the professor of hymnology, watch out. I give out the certifications. All right, but
oh my god.
But with all things being said, I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad for Devin Vassell. Because, damn, Wemby's just on the team. There literally is hooping. Yeah, I don't know his exact stats. I've watched Spurs games. I'm going to tell you now, I don't give a fuck about them numbers. I'll pull them up if they're good to support my argument because I'm a nasty guy, but I don't give a fuck about them numbers. I'm watching him play. I like the decisions he makes. I like the shots he takes. I like the fact that he has the moxie to take some wild-ass shots, too. I love Devin Vassell as a player. I'm finally starting to watch him play. I'll admit I was not watching Spurs games last year. Deal with it. And I love him. The only thing I don't like about the Spurs is Jeremy Sochan shit. Hey, that nigga's the 4. Hey, the 4 to 3. Stop this point Jeremy shit. It's not. But making a play in 100%, and then Devin Vassell being good at basketball. Retweet.
Going into the season, I thought the Spurs were gonna be, like they got Vic. This is their guy, but they need another year of tanking, and then the season after is when we work our way into the play-in. But yeah, looking at the pieces that they got, bro, I legitimately think they can make a run as a play-in team, which is really good for this squad. And Victor, his feet are getting a little bit warmer by the day, man.
You see that win that he got last night?
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I wish I watched the whole fucking game. I was Spider-Manning it up. No cap. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I was playing Spider-Man, playing a crazy mission, and I saw on my screen it was like 105, 101. Okay, there's like 20 seconds left. Suns got it. Look to my left. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Like, nah, last night's game was crazy. No cap.
That game was crazy. Funny game.
Kawhi Leonard is closer to KD offensively than KD is to Kawhi defensively. That's not even a hot take.
Yeah, is that a hot take? That's a burr. That's a disgustingly cold take. I don't even like the paw print, all right? But one thing I give him credit for, and that's why I still call him the paw print, but we play defense. Any nigga that's going to start the Kawhi overrated defensive shit, But I will say, there's a new contender for being number 1 perimeter defender in the league. And look, I'm going to sound so Damo, another content I'm going to sound like that nigga. That assert kid's good. that assert kid's good. Defensively, I'm not a fan of either Thompson twin offensively at this point in time. I didn't watch college. I heard they had tons of hype out of college. I want to see more offensively. Otherwise, I'm going to have major concern considering the hype. But one thing's a lock. I know a man can kind of play defense. That assert kid's good. that assert kid's fantastic. I'm excited. And I do think a man just needs a larger role. I don't know if that'll make the cut, but yeah, men just needs a larger role to be fair to him.
The Suns are easily winning the chip this year. I don't think a single team can take a game off of them.
A game is dick suck. All right, so let's start there. Hey, you wanted to be in the video. I don't want to sound like a mega star, but there's no way you just didn't want to make the cut. A game is crazy. Nah, bro. You're telling me that they're going to always shoot well. Always shoot well. Nah.
It's not even that. You tell me they're always going to be healthy?
Yeah. You're telling me that knock wood? I do wish that. I
do wish that. Yeah.
I wish no injuries. Injuries is crazy when you really break down. But you're telling me that there won't be a game where Jokic gives them buckets and they can't make their shots. Or they make their shots, but the Nuggets make more. A game where even a team that for y'all, the nasty ass Lakers just actually contain them, or a game where they're sleeping on an opponent. Fuck out of here. A game is crazy. Now, do you have them winning the chip even in an easier method? That's a more respectable hot take. I just probably disagree.
Yeah, I completely disagree. I ain't gonna lie, man. Really, I dead ass. I've been trying to be as optimistic with the Suns team as much as I can, but literally, like, these first 2 weeks have been confirmation bias for my fucking takes.
100% of my concerns, yeah. Every concern I've had of the Suns has been confirmed. I know it is early in the season. Maybe it's a chemistry thing between the stars, nigga. I'm so confident that everything I believe about this Suns team defensively and depth-wise, man, it's just gonna be a downfall. It's unfortunate because I really fear for how people are gonna view Kevin Durant after this, because they're gonna say, "Oh, well, look, he was on the super team. Look at the players." I don't consider this a super team because it's not a super team. It's just talent on a court. I've never been with that definition of a super team. It's talent on a court. It's not a super team.
Yeah, how much this team is relying on Kevin Durant to be a defensive anchor is crazy.
Insane.
And honestly, the only reason why he is not the defensive anchor for this team is because Nurkic is on the team, and how much they're relying on Yusuf Nurkic to be the anchor of these defenses is crazy. How much, at least right now, they're relying on Eric Gordon to be the second best offensive player on this team is crazy. How much they're relying on a 36-year-old year 16 Kevin Durant to carry this team is crazy. Nah, man, the red flags are there, dog. If y'all want to ignore them, y'all can fucking ignore them. But I will be here to say, and y'all can say it back if, you know what I'm saying, I'm wrong. I will be here to say I told you so when this team with championship or bust expectations is a second round exit because they had nothing to stop Nikola Jokic in the second round. Once again.
I can't stand when people make these prediction takes and they say if they don't run into X opponent. That's such a dishonest take in terms of assessing how good a team is to me. And I'll die by that. That's lazy. I know that's becoming a word in the NBA community. That's just lazy analysis for me. I don't even think it's just Jokic though. Like you said Nurk is in the paint. I don't think Nurk is trash, but he can't be a number one defensive player.
Bro, even when they played the fucking Lakers, like, hey, don't let Nurkic get in foul trouble. Don't let Nurkic get in foul trouble, and LeBron is literally walking to the fucking lane. It's bad over there, but hey, let's ignore the red flags because KD, D-Book, and Bradley Beal could just put the ball in the bucket. All right, dog.
It's dishonest discourse. Y'all would never make it with any other team. I agree, 100%.
Clippers are every bit as good as the Lakers and Celtics, but get hated on more for the same reasons. Chokers, Boston did it in the finals. Only 2 games further than the Clips in 2021. Injuries, Bron and AD have been injured just as much since the bubble, but they're contenders and Clips are not. I think the reason why is because both of these things apply to the Clippers. It's not just one or the other. But I will say I do like what the Clippers are doing, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, before I talk about that shit again, because I hold y'all on the short, so I'm willing to talk about it a lot here. I will say this. A retweet was so said, not only is both applied to them, but then they're also abundant if you're going to argue both apply to either the Celtics or the Lakers. 2020 championship team. Yeah, like everybody locked at the Battle of LA and then even went as far as to say they will win the Battle of LA. They got bounced out quick as fuck in the most disgusting choker way. Then the next 2 seasons, they're a motherfucking heat flash because the injuries were consistently at the worst time and at random times. So it's not that people don't view them as a talented team in the same light as the Lakers, in the same, let alone the Celtics, because a lot of people don't even think the Lakers are good. It's just we seen this script time in and time out. In regards to the James Harden trade making a major difference for them, depth was kind of a concern for this team. It's not like they lost too much of it, to be honest, even in the trade. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't think they lost too much depth. I'm more open to the idea of the Clippers being good, but I just won't respect them. I'm a Lakers fan.
That's fair. Them. The only reason I like what the Clippers are doing is because, and again, I'm going to sound like a Suns dick sucker, but it is what it is. Every argument that Suns fans had to be optimistic for this offseason, the Clippers make the argument tenfold. Then I think some of those things just actually apply to the Clippers. Like this idea that the Suns have, I think the Clippers have legitimate depth, number one. And then that whole argument of like injuries aren't going to be that big of a deal because people are going to step up because of how talented that team is. I think that applies more to the Clippers because I'm thinking about it. If PG and Kawhi go down, Russ and Harden are still there and they can carry you in a game. Like they're still good enough to do that. You can take out 2 of those players in a single game and you are still going to have 2 players that are able to carry you to a win. So I'm personally not too scared of like the injury issues with the Clippers as opposed to the Suns. And then defensively I also like the Clippers better than the Suns. Kawhi being your defensive anchor and Paul George being your defensive anchor is a miles different between that and what the Suns have with KD and Devin Booker and, you know what I'm saying, Eric Gordon. Like, you literally have to, hey, Devin Booker isn't as bad as a defender as people make it seem. Hey, KD is better than what people make it seem. Like, that when that is the argument for your defensive anchors, that's not a good sign, dog. That's not a good sign.
Anchors, like the word anchor. Let's dumb it down to what an anchor actually is. Not even in terms of verb. It's a fucking noun. An anchor is something you put in the fucking ocean so nothing moves because you are certain your anchor is down there. There is no reason you have. think the anchor got a little bit of rust on it. Fuck out of here. It's a rust anchor, but the chain's strong. Fuck out of here, dog. Man, I'm not gonna be the guy to brag rap on the Clippers too long, so I'll make this the fastest segment in Sage history. They're top 5 defensive team, top 6 the offensive team right now prior to the trade. Following the trade, they're going to be pretty nasty. They did lose a guy like Rocco, if you have to be very technical on the depth thing. But if Zubac is diffed by Nurk defensively in support of Nurk, I'm going to have to fucking see that. I just don't think that's true. And then, even then, I think the gap between Kawhi and PG is significant. I do think this team is easily Suns tier if you were to argue the Suns aren't as good as the Lakers and the Celtics, but I don't think anyone's making that argument. So, yeah, the Clippers are live. This is just they're the fucking flippers. They'll sell.
My main concerns with this team, to be fair, injuries is still a concern for me. Even with me saying that. Number 2, hey, they still got no one to stop Jokic. I ain't gonna lie. I think the West does run through the Denver Nuggets at a certain degree, and Zubac ain't it. Kawhi, as good as he is defensively, he is not it. And number 3, the Clippers are the Clippers. With that being said, appreciate everyone for the takes. Follow us on Twitter, Beastos_Sage. What's your Twitter?
TSO_Sage. So is the channel name, the Twitch, and other things of that nature.
Follow us on Twitter if you want to be in the next one. With that being said, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace out, man.
Peace.